But
every time I try to boast about how much time I can do, or I'm like, I remember was it the night the stabbing happened at Fresh Spot. Joey was like, how much time you can do? And I was like, just let it ride, man. I got this. Luckily, somebody tried to stab somebody, so they ended up wrapping it up soon.
they stretched the time on it.
That's luck.
Oh, how much time can you do till the first stabbing?
Were you closing Fresh Spot?
I mean, we kind of shut down after that.
Oh, okay.
iPhone. But I have like probably 2,000 notes just in the phone.
So, yes, me too. I have thousands of them in there.
Thousands, yeah.
Thousands.
Thousands.
Anyway.
Do you have thousands of notes?
I use a
Richard
stand-up
sold
app.
out.
No, I'm like, you guys are going through all this, and I use a stand-up app. Like,
Oh,
There's a stand-up app?
yeah, stand-up R.
that's more
What?
organized. I'll do this.
First version of it. Like, this was my first podcast back in 2008. All right. So I'm going to count to 3, and then we clap, hopefully together. And then we are ready. Okay, are you guys ready? 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Yes.
Yes.
The second
Best
time
clap
it happens.
ever.
Awesome. So welcome everybody to the Psst. Did you hear that podcast with me and Flo Funny, and our guest tonight is Richard Aragon. Woo,
Yeah.
Richard.
Wow, somebody said it right.
Yes. Well, I mean, I host an open mic and you performed there several times.
You
So-
would think that would be enough.
Yep. You would think.
You
I mean,
would.
I can guarantee you 90% of the people in Jacksonville who I know for like 6-7 years do not know how to pronounce my name. You know what I mean?
Emery.
No, not my last name.
Oh, well, they can't
Right.
pronounce your first name either.
Right. That's true. So, Richard, welcome to the podcast.
I will
So-
say your name was a lot more confusing when Amir was in the scene,
Yes.
because you got like they're spelled phonetically similar.
Right. So sometimes, like, if somebody called us up at Rain Dog specifically, and if Amir was not in the room, I went up, and I knew they were saying they were saying Amir, but he was not in the room, so I just went up there. And
It's a good rain dog strategy, honestly.
I know. Well, it only works if your name is similar to mine. Otherwise, like if they call Richard or Flo, I can't go up there. You know?
Yeah.
It's a dead giveaway.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh.
But anyway, so you are pretty new to the scene and comedy as well, I think, right?
Yeah, it's been a little over a year.
Really over here, because I went back to the pictures today and I found the first pictures I took of you. And I think it was at the other mic that we don't talk about.
Yeah, sometimes we don't mention the mics, but we just.
I think that's the
talk
only
about
mic that we
theories.
don't mention. Everything else is just a go.
Oh, you're right. We have mentioned.
Right. So,
It's no longer happening, that mic.
yeah. Oh, no, yeah. It's
The one
it's
we're
gone.
talking about.
It's no longer happening, but I have a picture of you. So I think I'm going to like upload pictures of people. Anyway,
Yeah.
segue, whatever. the behind the scenes of the podcast. So you've been doing it over a year. What made you start comedy?
I always wanted to do it. It wasn't like me finding out I wanted to do comedy. It was more just like the getting rid of excuses for 40 years.
Okay.
Well, that and like I'm old, so I'm like almost 44. And when I was like younger in my 20s, like there wasn't really a defined roadmap on how to do it. Like you didn't know you went to an open mic unless you lived in a city and it was already happening. And I grew up in the middle of nowhere in Oregon, so there wasn't a lot of. Plus, I was really into music at the time. So
Oregon. I actually don't know where. Oregon is top left, right?
Somewhere over there.
Oregon.
between California and Washington,
What is the capital?
Salem.
Like the like the witch trials?
No. Completely wrong coast.
Wrong Salem.
wrong Salem. I don't know. Like Oregon
It's where
sounds
Portland is.
Portland. Oh, Portland. Portlandia. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know where it is, but I did watch the show. So cool. Awesome. So were you the only funny person in your family, or?
I guess. I don't know. My family's kind of weird. Like, I didn't spend much time with my family. My parents split up when I was like 10, and my mom moved to Oregon, and like I didn't live with my brother. Like, it was just kind of me and my mom, and I think I more developed being funny from like going up in group homes and like treatment centers.
Okay, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like
Were you trying to stand out or trying to protect yourself?
I was trying to make friends. Like,
Oh, okay. Oh, that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's how I was. Like I was always like the funny guy. I was not the funniest in the group, but I was always like, you know, trying to be funny.
Making jokes, talking
Making
shit.
jokes, yeah. Like riffing mostly and stuff like that. Which is very funny because that's what I'm worst at right now.
Yeah.
Like riffing. I mean, I can do it,
Yeah.
you know, on stage, but it's not my go-to. Like I don't go up. If somebody heckles me, of course I get into it. And
I can do it like once in a while, but I can't call on it automatically.
Yeah.
Like if I'm having a good set and like I'm getting a good reaction, like all of a sudden, like bam, I start thinking of tags out of nowhere, and like I can go off script. But if like I go up there and I'm like, I'm just gonna wing it, train wreck every time.
So okay, so did you start in Jacksonville?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Do you remember the first mic you did?
I was actually talking about it with Jen because I remember I saw you, and I was like, "Who is this Irish dude?" And I was like, because you know, like talking about like, you know, I was all into the goth scene and stuff like that.
Right.
And anytime I see somebody that's dressed kind of goth, I'm like, "What a fucking poser!" Like I'm gonna find out this dude doesn't even listen to the music. Turned out not to be true, but yeah, no, it was a Cavo. Like,
Oh, okay.
I had been talking about doing it for like 2 years at that point, and I went into Cabo one day, and I didn't know they had an open mic, and I left before it started because I was like, I gotta get the fuck out of here before this thing starts, because I was like, this is it. And then I came back the next week and watched once, and I was like, I'm gonna watch 2, and then I'll go up, and then I went one back the next week to watch, and then I went up the next week.
That is crazy to me. Because I went to Rain Dogs. That was my first open mic. I'm not kidding. 7 months. Every Monday I was there just watching comics. And I was there so much that people thought I was already a comic, right? They were like, hey, how was your set? I'm like, oh, I didn't go up yet. You know? Like 7 months. It took me that long to write a killer 5-minute set that I thought was going to kill. And it did not kill at all. I might have maybe one joke that I still do every now and then, but very, very rarely from that set. But you should not have any jokes from your first set that you are still performing.
Well, yeah, my first set, like I wrote something, but I just told the story. At that point, I was like, I know it's going to be dog shit no matter what, so I just want to get it over with. And I didn't want to I knew I had the momentum to get up at that point. I was like, if I wait to write 5 minutes worth of material, I'll never do it.
Right. That's interesting. So because when I started, I lived and breathed comedy. Like I listened to podcasts 24/7. I knew how to write a joke. I understood the structure, blah, blah, blah. And, but it took me 7 months to get the courage. Get the courage just to go up there.
Yeah, I listened to a lot of books and stuff like over and over and over.
Yeah.
In the beginning.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Like what kind of books?
Like,
do you remember your
yeah,
books?
there was one, Steve Rosenberg.
Mm-hmm.
And
Rosenthal? No.
Rosenberg. Something about, I don't remember the titles of it, but Mastering Stand-Up, maybe?
Oh, okay.
And then, what's that one lady's name? She was more popular.
Judy Carter?
Yeah, her
Yep.
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
A bunch of stuff on audio, on Audible.
Right.
Audible, which they don't have many, but
Mm-hmm.
there was another small book on there.
Okay. Do you feel like it helped you in any
I think it helped because, like, when you're first starting out and you don't know what the hell you're doing, it was more, building confidence to what you're going to go and try and test out.
Yeah. So did you read any books or you just jumped into it?
Not a single book.
I figured that's why I was like, I got flows. I'm like, I'm pretty sure you didn't read anything.
No. Like I started looking up books when I started, and every time I'd look at a book, it was like The Complete Guide to Stand Up, or it'd have some title about like and then I'd look at the guy who wrote it, and I'd be like, I've never heard of this guy.
Yeah,
How
right.
is he going to give me advice on how to be a popular stand-up?
Yeah.
True.
Like,
True.
I mean, okay, so that brings up an interesting topic. Do you think you have to be a good stand-up in order to write a book about doing good stand-up?
no, and I think you can play the best stand-up on the planet, and no one will know your name.
All right, that's true. Like, look at me, nobody
Yeah.
knows who I am, and and I'm the greatest stand-up there. No, I'm just kidding. But but I'm that kind of a person. Like, I like to read and research everything except how to put epoxy on a table. It's just the future. You guys will see the table, hopefully. But anyway, so I like to research everything before I do it. I just feel more comfortable. Hey, I'm trying this, I'm trying that.
I think the first time I tried, I just like went up and told stories like you said. But after that, when I was wanting to get more and better at it, I guess, and serious, that's when I was like, let me just see what these books. But then I bought a book, and it was the same feeling. I'm like, and like it just looks like it's probably in my car right now. I never even read through it. But the audio, I'm more of a listener, so I think that's where like driving to work and stuff, I could be like, okay, learning shit.
Well, I find like I've tried like there's that dude that does all those like joke writing tutorials on YouTube, and like he's good at it. Like what he gives solid advice, but every time I listen to one of them and I try to write a joke using his methods, it doesn't work for me.
No, I mean it's not gonna. I know. Are you talking about the bald guy?
Corley, I think.
Corley, yeah.
Corley, yeah.
So
I've watched some of
I
his
did,
stuff.
and I still use his technique today.
Yeah.
Not every day, right? Because there are about like, I think he wrote that 13 comedy structures, right? So there are 13 comedy structures. So I don't use them every day, all day, right? I pick one and I try to write around it or something. But that helped me greatly for sure. And podcasts, like I was listening to a lot of podcasts. Some of them are not even around anymore, but
This is the one I really liked. Let's talk about sets.
yes, that was my favorite.
Yeah, that
Let's
was a
talk
really
about
good
sets, But they
podcast.
don't do it anymore.
Yeah,
so
I know.
it kinda sucks.
Like I didn't find out about it until a few months ago, and I was like, "Oh, this
Oh,
is
okay.
great!" And then I'm like, "Oh, they don't make any more crap."
Yeah, I mean, you can still listen to the advice and everything.
Yeah.
So the way they structure the podcast is they showed a set, or not a set. They showed like a joke or whatever, and then they talk about with the comedian. So it was really cool. I really enjoyed it, and they talk about writing a lot, which I really enjoyed. Like I'm a writer. Like I sit down and I write. Doesn't matter if it has any truth in it, like if it happened to me, because I still write even if something happened to me, like I stepped on a dog or something.
I need to be more disciplined with writing, I think. Writing
I think
more.
everybody does. I mean, there are some people that go up there and joke, but that's fine. Do 1 hour of that. You know what I mean?
It's like really one of the only things you can practice outside of getting on stage, though. Like I can write anywhere,
Yeah, right.
but like lately I've been kind of obsessed with what am I doing that I can alter with my delivery, and I can't experiment with that at home. Like,
Okay, so here's what I did back when I started. I recorded myself. I still record today all the sets I do. But before I went up to stage, I recorded myself and I rewatched it, and it's the worst.
I hate doing that.
Right, but you have to,
Watching
because
myself.
when you practice it out loud, something will click. I have so many jokes that the punchline came, like I had an idea, and I started just talking it out loud. And I know a bunch of other comics do this; they just talk it out loud, and something clicks, and then it just
Riffing,
works.
yeah, with friends.
Riffing
and
by
stuff.
yourself.
Right. No, I'll do that. I'll like I'll be going for a walk, saying my jokes out loud, and then all of a sudden I just improv. All of a sudden something else came out of my brain. I'm like, oh, let me write that down.
That's awesome. What I hate is like I have to write it down, otherwise it's gone.
oh, it's gone in an instant. Like,
And I was washing dishes,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh, that's a good tag for this joke. Let me wash this other plate.
No,
And
yep,
it's gone.
don't.
I have to turn
the
everything
worst
off.
is when you're at a mic or something or a show and you see somebody else do a joke and you want to give them a tag, and you
Yeah.
like either have to write it down and you're going to forget you wrote it down, or you have to follow them around like a madman trying to track them down.
I mean, I do that so many times, and the funny thing is, like, most of the comics use their phone, just to remember the joke. And I don't want to text because then I might throw them off, right? So I either save it or I send them later or something like that. So I have my Google Notes app, and I have like, let's say Richard and a tag or something like that sometimes. But I don't know if it helps. Like some people tell me something, and I'm like, all right, that's good. I will try it. But it is at least 10 times harder for me to say something that somebody else gave me than doing my own stuff 10 times the wrong way. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
if, let's say, Richard gives me something and I'm like, all right, I'll try it. It's very possible I will forget it for the next mic because I didn't write it.
Right. Yeah,
Even
you
if it's
gotta-
really funny, I didn't write it. So I have to like consciously remember.
Yeah, no, I gotta write it down too. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
And that's my other fear or sometimes I do a joke on stage at a show and I'm like, that's interesting. It didn't get a big pop as I expected. And then I listen to my tape back and I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot the punchline.
Right.
So one of the setups were so strong that they actually started laughing, and I just end there because the punchline, I completely forget the punchline because I don't expect a laugh necessarily, but I got one, right? And it makes me forget the joke.
The unexpected laugh is always kind of tricky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's
You're-
good, but it's, oh, crap. It throws me off. You know?
Well, I've got one that like, and it drove me nuts for months because I couldn't figure out why people were laughing. And everyone's just like, it's just a misdirection, dude. I'm like, no, but it's not funny. Like, don't laugh there. You're sucking all the laughs out of the punchline now.
Well, I mean, that's not true. If the punchline is strong enough, they will still laugh.
I don't know, because there's one joke on my set, like I tried, like if I do it straight, it usually gets a super big pop. If I edit it and I made it kind of a 2-part, and it like half strength now.
Interesting. So 2 half laughs.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, they're 2 full laughs, but like the big pop is better than the 2 small ones, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I mean, well, I'm an LPM guy, so you gotta have the laugh per minute. You know what I mean?
yeah,
if-
but there's 2 important laughs at every set. There's the beginning laugh, and that's usually the first big pop of my set, and then there's the outro.
Sure.
Everything else is laughs per minute, but
Yeah.
like when you're talking like big pops, you want to start good, and I think you want to end strong, right?
Right. Well, okay, so yes and no. So I do the old school stuff. I end with something super dark or super nasty, usually at a show. Because at that time, I don't care if they laugh. Not that I don't care. I do care if they laugh or not. But at the end, even if they don't laugh, I'm like, all right, have a good night. And they're going to clap regardless of if the joke was good or not. You know what I mean? But it's a trick. Old school stuff. They say always end up with something nasty. I mean, every time I'm on stage, I want to be like, hey, the next guy cannot follow me, right? Because I was just so funny. But that's the goal, I think.
I think depending on the crowd too, if
Yeah.
you should end nasty, because I had a
Right.
crowd that was all boomers, and they were not into nasty, and I had some
Really?
nasty at the end. You know, it was supposed to
You
be.
had some nasty.
I actually, ironically, ended with nasty, and then medium nasty. Those were the weakest jokes of the whole fucking set.
nasty
Actually,
and medium nasty.
yeah.
I don't know, with the boomer
That's-
crowds, it's usually like the guys laughing, and the
then the
ladies,
wife.
yeah, the ladies like all
Right.
upset, and then the dudes like trying to hide laughter because they know their wife's getting more and more upset.
Yep.
Like Fresh Spot, it always happens to me at Fresh
Yeah,
Spot.
don't fucking marry her. You know what I mean? Like,
Right?
you
Well,
know,
she was probably cool when they got married, but it's been 30 years.
Yeah.
that's interesting.
And the dick's not getting hard anymore.
Yeah, and she's drier than
Medium nasty. That's a good T-shirt idea, by the way. Right? Medium nasty.
I like that.
And what was the other one? Oh, you just said nasty and medium
nasty.
Yeah, if you have any T-shirt ideas, Richard, just because we are shooting up the merch store anytime soon. All right, cool. So, how do you feel about comedy now? Because you came after the pandemic, right?
Yeah.
You started after the pandemic. I'm always curious, why would anybody start comedy after the pandemic? It was such a letdown. Especially, like I started right like 2018, so like 2 years before the pandemic. So I experienced the old school stuff, the grind and everything. And then poof, everything went to a dead halt.
Yeah.
So what made you start? Did you care about the pandemic at all, or you were like,
Not
who
really,
cares?
like-
Yeah.
I don't know,
That's
like
fine.
it, like I just always wanted to do it, and now that I'm doing it, it sounds like stupid and cheesy to say, but it's the happiest I've been ever.
Oh, that's
Yes.
interesting. Very
Like,
cool. I don't know how you describe happiness. I'm on a pretty good, like, I'm on a good level. I'm on a good level. You
oh
know
yeah,
what I
I'm
mean?
not like through
like
the
not
roof. Like,
not ecstatic. You know, I'm like, hey, yeah. And I definitely don't fake it. You know
oh, if
what
I
mean?
have like 3 bad mics in a row, I'm suicidal. But like, you know,
Oh yeah, it's rough. when
3
that
bad
happens.
mics. If a joke doesn't land, I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, I'm ending it tonight.
yeah,
Driving off the bridge with this joke in my head.
Yeah, it can get rough.
yeah. That's honestly the hardest part about stand up is dealing with the like, oh, I just got booked. Oh, nobody's calling me for a month. Oh, good set. Oh, everybody else did good. Why did I just eat shit? Like,
Yep,
Like
highs
it-
and lows.
it's so like, for somebody like me who is so, I don't want to say sensitive, but like prone to being emotional,
Sure.
like it's very, you gotta like, I feel like I've done better mentally because I've looked at it as a long-term thing
Okay.
and not just like, like I want to keep doing this as long as possible.
Right.
So I don't want to like either burn myself out or
Mhm.
get too attached. Like, it's a long-term goal. Like yeah, I may not have gotten on that show, but it doesn't mean I won't. Or,
Yeah, right.
Right.
I mean, I don't. Yeah, comedy is like very weird to me because that's one of those things. I usually get bored with things very easily. So I get into something, I do it, and I'm like, all right, I'm done.
Next.
Yeah. And comedy was like, I don't know what happened, but the first time I came off the stage, I got 2 giggles of my first 5 minutes. Obviously, I powered through my 5 minute within like 3 minutes, I think. And I was just like looking for other stuff or something.
As
but
is
I was
tradition.
right. But I was like, you know, I even wrote breath into my set. Back in the day, I printed out the entire set word for word. Breathe, laughs. Like I wrote in when the audience should laugh. And they did
So
it.
did I.
You
Actually,
know what I mean?
well, I
This
do.
is so
I do
weird.
that with my sets that I have now, just so I know
Yeah.
where the laughs are. I guess.
But
I'm
so,
watching a video.
but what I noticed is people were not necessarily laughing at what I said. They were laughing at the way I said it, or something that came out in the moment that I just said. And I was like, oh, that's weird. Why would they laugh at that? You know what I mean? So, and then of course I learned how to write jokes. And now I can kind of guess, but I'm still not even close to 100%.
Oh no! I never know.
I'm not kidding. I write the jokes and I'm like, this is the best joke I've ever written, and it gets literally nothing.
Oh yeah.
It's just like-
yeah, you
just
never
bad.
know.
Well, yeah, and that's like any joke I write. I'm probably gonna at least try 3 times.
Yeah. I mean, I tried at least 20 times.
Oh yeah, I try.
But you know, like tweak it.
well,
Like,
Yeah.
try
editing.
edit it. Yeah.
Well, and then there's just a couple of jokes I've written that I refuse to stop doing because I like them, even
Yes.
though nobody fucking laughs.
Right. I mean, if it's a short joke, I'm not gonna go into a 2-minute
Yeah.
long bit.
Oh no, they're all like one-liners,
Right,
like because I love stupid wordplay one-liners. So
Yeah.
But I'm like you, where I feel it. Like if I do bad several times, I'm like, ooh, it's like it's painful, like physically. You're like,
Yeah.
damn,
Yeah.
like 3 mics. Like what what am I doing wrong? Like or is it the crowd? It could be a lot of different factors.
I
You
mean-
know.
Perfect example. Yesterday, none of you were at the Rain Dogs. We were at Rain Dogs, and there was one guy, one audience member. Everybody else was comics. I think maybe there was 2 audience members in the back. But anyway, this guy was just sitting stone faced the entire time. And at the end, I got him smile, and I'm like, I got him, and then made him laugh.
Then that
I'm
made
like,
him
all
laugh.
right, yeah. And I was like, all right, that's so. To me, that's a win.
Oh
Doesn't
yeah.
matter how many people were there, right?
Yep.
Because they were comics and they heard my stuff multiple times. But it was a good feeling, right? This one guy by himself. Who the fuck knows why was he there by himself? You know what I mean? But I made him laugh and smile, so it was
I
good.
mean, it's an open mic. He was probably about to shoot it up. This was like, you may have just saved everybody in that room by getting a smile out of him. Honestly,
Yeah,
True.
right. What was the okay? So all right, what was the worst experience? Because you've done shows by now, right?
yeah.
So what was the worst experience? What was your worst mic or worst bombing or something?
It wasn't like a bad, like it wasn't a great show. It was at Cigar Bar,
Okay.
and
Probably something you don't want to remember, right?
Oh, I shouldn't have brought.
Probably not.
no, it was just like so. I made the classic mistake of inviting people I knew out to a show, and it was a show I knew wasn't going to be packed full of people, so they weren't going to get a great impression of like how I work with the crowd or whatever.
Yeah.
And like I did all right. Like it was my first time trying 15. I ended up tapping out early
Uh-huh.
because somebody told me that was better than eating shit for the last 3 minutes of your set. So I did that, and like I go up to my wife afterwards, and like I already wasn't feeling great about it. And my wife's coworker, who is hammered, looks at me and goes, "Your wife is funnier than you."
Oh no.
Fucking instant tailspin. Like,
Oh god.
Did you unfollow them on Facebook immediately?
oh, I've
Block.
never followed her.
Block.
Oh, that's funny.
I'm like, we're never going out with them again. Like,
Troll first, then block.
Yeah. So Flo, what was your worst experience?
Worst?
Yeah, like what was like?
Oh, I've had a bunch of shitty moments.
Because especially you, I know you host too. So
Yeah. Well, hosting is a whole nother thing.
yeah.
But I made a mistake of like I had a great set for clean, which is still kind of dirty for me.
Right.
And it was for the boomers. And then I had another show. Literally that night it said, clap it up if you're a millennial. Nobody. Clap it up if you're a boomer. The entire audience.
Good.
That's why he told me probably I need it to be clean. Then I decided to do that same set. I don't know what I was thinking for a younger crowd of college students. Why didn't I pull out my drugs, sex, drinking jokes that I have plenty of? But I did some, but then I threw in, like, there's this one, you know, like, I guess learning with time.
Sure.
You're not always gonna, you know, just learning, like, okay, that really got to read the crowd and be prepared to switch stuff up if you see, you know, older people in the crowd or not.
Yeah.
So
It'd be nice to have that option because, like, I can't switch. Like, I only come out at like one level of nasty, I guess.
Right.
Like,
But that's the problem. Like, I have a couple of jokes, but they run out fast, and all I have is dark stuff. And it's like, all right, if they don't like it, and I will know within the first couple of minutes, seconds, I don't know, that this show is gonna go good or bad. You know what I mean?
like, if you do enough, you can kind of just walk into a room and see another comic go on and go, okay, I do good here. Like,
Well,
if you see other comedian go
like-
up and do their
well,
jokes.
if I see another comedian who is similar to me, yes, maybe. You know what I mean? Like, Richard, you and I are pretty similar. With
there's
darkness,
a
for
certain
sure.
darkness level that we both
Yeah.
have.
So, if I see you do well, I probably like, all right, I might be okay. But it's a false sense of security also. Like I was doing my biggest bomb was Clay County. What's up? But it was brutal. It was 15 minutes, and but the host asked me, "Do you want to do 10 or 15?" I'm like, "Dude, I've been doing it for years. I can do 15." And it was bombing for 15 minutes, and I'm like, you know what? I'm a pro. I'm doing my time. And it, like, you could hear a pin drop the entire time. It was brutal. But
Every time I try to boast about how much time I can do, or I'm like, I remember the night the stabbing happened at Fresh Spot. Joey was like, how much time you can do? And I was like, just let it ride, man. I got this. Luckily, somebody tried to stab somebody, so they ended up wrapping it up soon. But,
let's stretch the time on it.
That's luck.
oh, how much time can you do? Till the first stabbing.
Were you closing Fresh Spot?
I mean, we kind of shut down after that.
Oh, okay. I guess that was it. Yeah,
Close
you were
up.
closing. You were the headliner. Nice. So, where are you trying to take comedy?
I have no idea.
So you're just doing it?
Yeah, like I just want to make money telling jokes.
Are you making money already? Because I don't know. I've been like 5 years. I've been losing money left and right.
Well, like if I actually totaled up how much I've spent, like going to open mics and gas money to get there.
Do not add that up.
No,
because
that's
I
what
did,
I'm not. That's why I'm
and
just staying at the positive I've
it's
made.
sickening.
Getting paid to do comedy, which is usually enough to perhaps maybe get some Waffle House on the way home.
There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, Waffle House, no soda because water is free. So,
There you go. With a lemon.
do you do any other artistic stuff? You just do do comedy.
Actually, since I switched to comedy, like I used to write music, electronic music all the time, and I used to DJ,
sure.
and now I'm like, I'm just obsessed with this.
That-
I even quit I used to like fishing, and I quit fishing. Like,
Oh wow!
I don't do anything but comedy and go to work now. It's kind of sad. I should probably get another hobby.
I mean, it's not sad. It's cool that you are into it that much.
Yeah.
Like
Dedication right there.
yeah. Like I would always, I've been making music since I was like 8 or 10 or something like that. And that never stopped. It's always on the back burner, and sometimes I still produce and stuff, but comedy is like number one by far.
Well, and I've always been that way with music. Like I've played guitar, would sell my guitar, get back into it
Right.
years ago. And then like I used to DJ. Then like when I moved to Florida, like I kind of stopped because there wasn't really a big electronic music scene here.
Yeah.
And it's just like, with DJing in your bedroom, it gets really old quick.
I mean, I just ran into a group of drum and bass people the other day.
Yeah.
I messaged you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't know, and it was a good, like 20, 30 people.
Yeah.
Like, that's cool, in a club doing drum and bass stuff. So that was fun. I don't know if you like drum and bass, Flo.
I like a little bit of everything.
Oh, okay. I thought you were just doing the South American stuff.
Nah, I like a lot of
Nice.
everything.
Nothing but Bad Bunny all the time.
Love Bad Bunny.
Told
Cool.
you.
Nice. So, are you gonna produce any shows? You think, or are you gonna?
I mean, eventually I'd
Yeah.
like to.
I don't know. I've been hosting this mic, and I want to do every aspect of the comedian life. Like that's why we're doing the podcast. It's good. I'd rather be a comedian who is doing a podcast than a comedian who is not doing a podcast. And writing, I do write other stuff and things like that. But yeah.
Yeah.
when we first started this podcast, it was really like talking about the different mics and the options in Jacksonville and how things are. There's more and more mics, which is awesome for us, so we have more options.
Right.
But then some shut down, and we had theories about why.
And some opened up.
And some opened up.
Oh, so what's your favorite mic? You can say the name.
I like different mics for different reasons. Like Voussoir, I really like because it's fun. It's usually a solid hang.
Yeah.
There's usually a good crowd, but it's a certain type of crowd. Like I love Walrus because if I can get something to work at Walrus, it's generally going to work everywhere.
Sure.
I like Comedy Zone because it's by my house.
That works.
Yes, Comedy Zone.
That works.
Rock bottom.
Yeah, no, but like, I don't know, they're all different. Like,
Okay.
as long as I'm getting something out of it, I'm happy I went. Like,
Yeah.
I still do that thing generally. It hasn't been like I used to like sit down and consciously try to think of a goal before every open mic.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, like, I want to do this. Like, I want to make sure I pause here. Like,
Yeah, you see, like I had one a couple months ago. I was like, I'm gonna go in the first 3 spots or something. So if I was able to grab a first spot, I did it. It was a good experience, but hosting already has me doing a cold room like that. Hey, you just walk up there and you start talking. You know, and that's hard. I used to do every first. I mean, I still open my set with, hey, my name is Imre, you know, and then based on my accent. So I made sure every mic I had a different joke. So if something was strong, I can put it in my set, you know, and it's a good, strong opener or whatever. And same roasts. Like if somebody roasts me, I use those jokes too.
Oh, yeah.
So
Always.
yeah. Have you done a roast battle yet?
no, I was like scheduled to do one in Orlando and ended up like getting pushed back for a hurricane or something.
Oh, okay. I think because there was one I was supposed to be on, and because of the hurricane, it was canceled.
Yeah, I don't know. Wait, I think yours got canceled and then moved up, and that canceled mine. I don't remember.
I don't know, but I know I was supposed to roast Scott Watley.
Vanessa was supposed to roast Scott too, I thought, actually.
Yeah, but it was probably a different show. The problem was, so we had the date,
They canceled
and
hers
they
as
moved
well.
it,
They
and
moved
then it was not working for us or for me. I can't remember now,
Okay,
but
yeah.
it wasn't working.
I
Yeah,
don't
because
think she
when I
ever-
was doing it, it was at Grumpy's, and now I think they're doing them at LOL.
Oh, really? They moved it?
Yeah.
I mean, I was doing Grumpy's. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a lovely, lovely establishment.
Yeah.
I haven't been.
Have you done roast? So?
No. Oh, well, okay. I guess if you count at Poker Face. Oh, I did. But it wasn't officially set up as an all-night event roast session like they have in Orlando. At Poker Face, they had different types of games they would do.
Oh.
And I roasted the other host, Ian.
Oh, okay.
And, it was good. Just talking straight shit. But
Right.
it was nothing like you guys prepare, right?
But that's what I
Vane-
wanted to. That's what I was getting at.
No,
The
it
roast
was all on the spot, which I've never had to think about, because Vanessa, I was talking to her about doing it with her, and she's like, yeah, well, let's get to know each other and give each other stuff. And I was like, okay, I've never done a roast like that. Normally it's
Right.
just I'm looking at you and just talking shit
Yeah.
by looking at you.
Right. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah. So, I mean, all the roasts I've done, none of them was like on the spot. Like we always, hey, you're going to roast this person.
Plan it all out.
And then, I always reach out, hey, what is a not, do not do or don't talk about, blah, blah, blah. Because after that, everything is,
Maybe I
off
went
limits.
into it different because I was like straight up here. I wrote these jokes about myself. If you want any of them, you can have them. Like, I just wanted it to be funny. Like, I
Yeah.
didn't care who won.
Right.
I just wanted it
Yeah.
to be the best set between two people on the show.
Yeah.
So
There
if
it
we're
is.
giving each other jokes, like, you don't know enough about me to hurt me, here.
Right.
Like,
I mean, no, that's the, so
That's the goal.
So what happens
Right.
then, I usually go on Facebook or some kind of social media and I scroll through and I do dig shit up.
Oh, that is
Like I
good.
found stuff. I'm
There's
not gonna
social
say,
media. Oh, yeah.
But like 10 years before, stuff like that. I'm like, oh, that
You did
looks
some
funny.
digging.
Yeah, but
I would too, shoot.
So that's how I prepare.
Oh, yeah.
I've never
probably-
done it on the spot. It's other than roasting somebody from the crowd, but that's not really roasting
Yeah.
because we are just better.
Now, yeah, if you have time to prepare, that's a whole other type of roast.
Yeah. But that's what I was getting at. So how do you guys prepare for a roast? But I guess you didn't prepare and you have never done a roast. So
Yeah.
it doesn't-
I mean, I prepared for one. I just didn't end up
Oh.
doing it. But
I mean, to me, it was very similar to my writing style. Like that, I mean, like I wrote the roast jokes the same way I would write a joke.
Yeah, like I
just-
find it.
it's
Maybe
something.
it's because I grew up in the '90s and all of our time was spent insulting each other. Like it just it's kind of an easy format to kind of think by.
Yeah.
But I always felt weird about roast shows with like non-famous people in them because I'm like,
Right.
like I could literally just make shit up and nobody would know the difference.
Yeah.
Like I could just write a good joke here. It doesn't need to be true.
No, that's
Yep.
that's true. Yeah. Cool. So how come you ended up in Florida? From what
I met my wife on AOL actually.
I thought you were gonna go into the bit. I'm
No,
like,
no,
wait a
no, no.
second.
That's how I came up with the bit. But no, I actually met my wife on America Online.
That's like
and-
from like the 80s.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
y'all
we
go
met
way
in
back.
'99. Yeah,
I did. When I came to America, the first thing I got was an AOL disc from Walmart, and that was I paid that $5 a month for years. Like AOL didn't even exist anymore, I think, because AOL got shut down.
Yeah.
in 2000 something.
yeah. There was that weird point in time where they didn't provide internet service. Like you just paid $5 to like still have your AOL account.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
I think I was probably in 6th grade, and I remember going on there and just talking to random strangers. And my uncle he tells me today that he's like he remembers reading what I was writing, and I was pretending to be like someone else.
Oh wow.
Like I'm an 18-year-old, and I was like, really? Did I do that? Probably did. Just talking shit on
is-
there.
it was AOL. We were all 18-year-old females from
Right, you
California.
had
So do
you
you
had
guys?
to probably check
Yeah.
off that you're 18.
So do you guys remember before any kind of social network, there was this system called ICQ?
Yeah,
No.
You remember that?
yeah. I still have an
So
account
that's
probably.
I mean, I don't remember the number. I used to memorize the 10-digit number, but anyway, when I was on it, it was only 6-digit number. Anyway, it was like I don't even. How would you describe that? It was more like a forum. No, not really. It was some kind of a chat.
It was like a
service.
messenger program. It
Messenger,
was like, yeah.
but like a long time ago. Anyway, and I did pretend to be somebody else. So at first I went on there. I think it was ICQ, but I don't know. It is that little flower thing. But anyway, I went on there, and I was always into computers, so I put it on. Oh, I'm a computer guy. Blah blah blah. Nothing. I'm like, all right, this is not happening. So I came up with a fake account, and I pretended to be like a student biologist that works with like dead people. I was like, I don't know, I mean, it's 14, 15, something like that. And then messages started pouring in. People wanted to come
Now
into the
they're
school.
interested.
Yes. So maybe
That's funny.
Maybe that's where my darkness is coming from.
I think chat rooms are awesome, and I think more comedians should use them as open mics. Because if you can
Right.
literally get somebody to type LOL or send an emoji,
Yeah.
True.
that's just like getting a laugh.
very
Sure.
true.
Like that's when I kind of like, because before I started
just
doing
like
stand up,
getting a
like
laugh.
I was kind of an internet junkie, and I was like monitoring Discords and Reddits and mostly drug servers and chats, and like that was kind of like everybody there started encouraging me to do stand up when they found out I wanted to do it, because like I would just
that's
write
good.
jokes, like I would run material in a chat room for
Yeah,
hours.
and then you can get tags and stuff from other people's comments
Right.
back.
So wait a second. What do you mean monitoring drug? What did you say? Monitoring drugs?
So like Reddit used to Reddit had they had their drug subreddits for a while, and I ended up moderating the chat rooms in there just because I was
So wait, you were an employee of Reddit?
no, it was just like something you do. It's like being a Discord mod. Like it's
Oh, okay.
the dumbest thing in the world. Like you're not making any money. You're just hated by people on the internet for policing a chat room. But
Oh, did you have to
That's
read
funny.
every? Did you have to read every freaking?
oh no, I was horrible. But I mostly just did it so I could troll people better.
There you
okay.
go. Material.
So,
Yeah.
so back in the day when I started comedy, there was a room called Reddit/comedy. I think that's what it was called, or Reddit/stand-up.
Yeah, it's still there.
No, it's not there.
Oh well, they got rid of
wait,
shit. Yeah.
So you could post stuff. You could post your joke, and I did that under an anonymous name, and people will help you fix it up. It was fucking great. And I
Wow.
used it. I used it a lot back in the day. Some I kept, some I didn't because I didn't like it, or the jokes were not anymore relevant or whatever. But there was a good Reddit category. So there's two. There was one called comedy, where people post like Seinfeld clips and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But this, I'm talking about the other one. It was
Yeah,
either
stand
for
up. The
stand-up.
subreddit still exists. Just the chat. Reddit
Yeah.
killed chat. That's all it was.
No, but anyway, that was so good.
It was other people writing back and helping you.
Yes.
See, that's better than this chat GPT. I don't know if you guys have tried it. I've tried it.
Oh, I
and
tried it.
No,
It-
it all's
no, it's-
trash. It's just trash.
Here's
that
the thing
they-
with ChatGPT, and I was able to do one joke with it, like that I would even say. I think I tried a fresh spot. I can't remember what the joke was anymore, but even that I had to tweak. But you have to train ChatGPT. It's not every time you type in, "Hey, give me a joke," it's gonna be like, "Hey, why did the teacher cross the road?" You know, some.
No, I'll put
stupid
in
stuff.
my joke. Actually, to get the cleaner set, I was like, "Make this following joke cleaner." It was just trash every time. Okay, this I can't use it.
Yeah.
It was not useful.
I mean, I try it every couple of months. If they
Have you
improved
tried it?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
ChatGPT is you can create pictures with it. Like it will draw you a picture. It's like freaking crazy.
The app that's blue, black, and white that looks like a flower. That ChatGPT.
There's
App?
yeah.
Oh,
I use it. I jumped on it as soon as it came out, or as soon as I heard about it.
Yeah, I haven't. Yeah, it hasn't been successful for me.
I'd be like interested if it could just come up with premises for me. Like I can never decide. Like
So how do you write them?
I just
What's
wait
your-
for an idea to mystically appear,
Oh, interesting.
and then when it comes up, I write it down.
Yeah,
Occasionally, like. I mean, I can stack the deck by like eating an edible and sitting on my back porch for an hour, but
Interesting.
Get some
like-
material going.
but yeah, like I'll usually I still utilize I'll still hop on a Discord server with people I know, and if I get an idea, if I get a laugh, okay, I'll write in my notebook.
Not on my Discord server because
No.
fucking.
I actually lost that Discord account. I can't even
God
get in there anymore. I need to get that
All
from
right,
you
just
again.
send me I'm gonna invite you because you were the only active person in
Yeah,
I have a Jacksonville Comedians Discord channel, and it's just me and Richard used to be in there.
I think Silvertooth joined too.
Was that him? Somebody
Yeah.
else joined, but they never comment on anything.
Yeah.
Right, so,
Silvertooth. Yeah, that's Austin.
yeah. Do you use Discord?
Oh.
No, I
I
mean,
can't say his real name.
Oops.
I mean, we
well,
use his name.
he was on here. He said his shit.
His name is Austin Silvertooth or whatever
Yeah.
on the podcast.
Yeah.
Do you use Discord at all?
No, actually, I just recently downloaded it because this group that meets up to do volleyball told me to download it. So
Oh, okay.
recently, this is my first experience. So everything you guys are saying, I don't really
Oh, okay.
know, but maybe I should. Maybe
Oh, it's an
just
awful place. Like,
Is it?
It's mostly like furries, and
The reason why I
It's
started
mostly
it,
what?
it's mostly like furries. But
Oh, okay.
it's like I use Discord for a lot of things, but I started the Jacksonville Comedians channel because Atlanta has a group and I'm in it, and it's like so good to see them. Hey, the mic is happening right now. Come by, blah blah blah. Or this show is happening. You can get a bucket spot. Just very interesting. Do you guys know what a bucket spot is?
yeah,
No.
isn't like just where they draw your name out of a bucket.
So let's say there is a show with like 7 comics, and they can say that hey, during the show there will be 2 bucket spots, so anybody can show up.
and they just
put your
pull.
name. So there is an actual show that's going on, but 2 people get a 5-minute bucket spot. So you can get on shows like that, and I think it's really cool. And I can't believe nobody's doing it here. But anyway,
Like an open mic or a show?
a show. So let's say
Wow.
I do a show at the Comedy Zone. I have 5 comics plus 2 5-minute bucket
That'll
spots.
get a lot of people to
People
go.
show up exactly. So the people comics show up in a hope to get a 5-minute spot. at
That's a
Comedy
good
Zone.
idea.
I like it. I could see it totally going south. Like when, like somebody like, oh yeah, but you just pulled your friend's name out of the bucket, and it's going to be
No,
like,
no,
wait,
it's
no.
not. No, the host
could,
pulls
yeah.
it. The host
Yeah.
pulls
You're
it.
gonna have to do it right in front of the audience.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
show the yeah.
I mean, only comics care who is up there. Trust me.
Yeah.
Like audience, especially on our level, they don't know who we are.
No, but I would care though about as a comedian. Like I would
No,
want to
that's what
see
I'm
them
saying.
pull the
Yeah.
name too, because they would be pulling your friend's name. You know, I would be surprised if they did that.
All right,
like
let's
that.
not do this then. You guys are already like.
Sorry, I'm about to go to Voussoir, so I'm mentally preparing for the list drama.
Oh,
Is this still
right.
happening? I haven't
No,
been there in
it's
3
it's
weeks.
it's fixed. It's been fixed.
He's still
what's the
writing it
fix?
himself.
Yeah.
Oh, Scott makes that list?
Yeah, but like you
that's
still
better.
want to show up early, so you're earlier on the list. But
Right,
like,
right. No, I go tonight because I haven't been there in like 2-3 weeks. Here's the thing with I love Voussoir. The audience is great. I love it. But I like to do, like I don't like to do the same set twice. So if I don't write,
In
like
2
I told,
weeks in a row.
right. So
Yeah.
if I don't have anything new, I can either dig up something old stuff, but Voussoir, people will remember you because
There's the regulars.
there are
there.
regulars. So
Yeah.
they're
Unless
you're
you
doing the
edit
same
it,
joke.
you
Yeah.
can edit it, and I've done it like the same thing a few times, but edited. Try it this way. Try it that way. Try it
Right.
that way.
No, it's me mostly. It's like
Your
my
thing.
My
That's
head.
your personal thing.
That's my personal problem.
Okay.
Right. Like I don't feel good that I go up there and I do the same stuff.
Well, sometimes they will remember, but a lot of times they don't remember. I mean, if you get a laugh, you laugh. But I feel
Yeah,
you though.
right. I mean,
I'll
I
tell you though.
usually do well at Woosvar. It's it's a good spot.
But you do have nights there that are kind of off, depending on the crowd.
Well, it
What was it over the
depends.
summertime? Remember, there was like a moment there that we were all like, "Dang!" For a few weeks, it was like really not good vibes and stuff. I'm like, "What is going on?"
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. There was a moment. When was it? Maybe in August or something.
Oh, maybe.
And I just remember everyone was like, "Dang, this crowd!" I'm like, "Yeah, what is up?"
I mean, I remember one time there was almost a fight about the list. You know,
Yeah.
Oh, that.
that. I mean, that it's like a pickleball court.
Oh,
But
yeah.
when I'm like, oh my god, does everybody hate me? Because like it's just the way my schedule works out. Like I'm always there first,
Yeah.
Shoot,
And it-
good for you, man.
and it's like
Get
not
there.
like super intentional. It's just like my wife gets off work at like a certain time.
Yeah.
She comes by the house to grab me because like there's no point in coming in to hang out for half an hour if you're gonna leave.
Right.
Yeah.
Like-
No, that's dedication to show up on time and
Yeah.
try to get on there. Heck yeah.
Actually, I was thinking about that because like I'm on time to like I'm usually early to like every show I have or open mic, and
You
I'm
were
like,
early here.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm like,
Yeah.
wait
He
a second.
messaged me at 4:00. I'm
Which
leaving.
is
I'm like,
weird
"What?"
because I'm on time to work about maybe twice a
4:30.
month. But
Well, it's work, right? Like,
yeah, but
shit.
no, I was like thinking about it, I was like, everybody else is like, nobody's seeing me put in this fucking extra effort.
Oh, trust me, people always see it. It's
Yeah.
the same thing with, hey, if I see people trying new stuff every time, even if they bomb, I know they're writing new stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
But
I
on the
know.
same token, like, are they refining their set if they're writing new stuff every time?
No, and that's my problem. I
Yeah.
don't like to refine things. If
Yeah.
once,
You gotta,
especially
yeah.
stories, like if I have a story joke and I found a punchline, I'm done, which is super bad. Like I think you should find at least 2-3 other
And keep
tags.
going and adding,
keep going and
yep.
stuff like that.
Yep.
So that's, I don't know, the longest joke I probably have it maybe 2 minutes. You know what I mean? Like we got used to start with one-liners, like everybody else. I think.
Yeah.
But
I think more of the trend now is everybody wants to start with storytelling.
Yeah, I feel like I started.
I
with
switched
more
to
of that.
storytelling simply because of economics. Like in 5 minutes, I have to tell 60 one-liner jokes. You know what I mean? That's insane. So I'm like, oh, I'd rather do storytelling, and I don't have to do that many jokes. But the laughs have to still be there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And plus, it's easier to remember, I think, a story. Especially if you know what I mean? Like a
Oh,
story
yeah.
is just easier
Oh,
than
yeah.
one-liners.
But I still feel like good storytelling is just set up and punch with a theme.
Yeah.
Like it's just
No, right. That's what I'm saying.
it's
You have
just
to
cohesive one-liners at a certain point.
Yeah, and that's and you can do one-liners in a group that are similar. Right? Like, hey, I have a girlfriend, and I just do all the one-liner girlfriend material, or something. And then
It's been
she's like,
bothering me lately because like all my married jokes seem to hit, and I'm like, does the audience just want me to be like a 45-year-old married
Yep.
schlub?
right.
That's my problem because I don't fit in that category. Right? I exercise a lot. I do that. Voosvar crowd does not sync with that vibe. Right?
Right. I know. I've
You know what I
many
mean?
times I'm like, hey,
So
who
basically,
here?
what Imre is saying is he's in too good a shape to be funny.
Yeah, right.
That's what I said. I'm not famous enough to date anybody. Same with the dating stuff. I'm not famous enough to date anybody. But if you Google my name, I'm out there, and I look like a psychopath. You know what I mean? With all my jokes. So
No, I asked the crowd, who here works out? Nobody.
nobody.
And I had a bunch of workout jokes. And like, okay, not the place and time for it, but I'm
Okay,
gonna do it anyway.
Who likes to lay on the couch and watch TV? Woo!
Right.
So
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with that.
Oh,
It's like I have an
No,
old
but
bit
it's
I used to
just-
do, and it's a story, and I think it's hilarious, but like, I can never get it to work.
The what?
Because I was at the gym one day.
Oh, you don't have to burn the joke if you
No,
don't.
no, it's fine. I don't
No,
care. Like
yeah,
I don't
no.
even do it anymore. But like I was on the gym one day, and I was on the treadmill, and like I'm a fat dude at the gym. Like I just want to not be seen. And this like 90-year-old woman, like I hear something behind me, and like you can feel somebody behind you. And I take out my headphones and I look around, and there's like a lady clapping and cheering me on. Like, oh, look at the fat guy on the treadmill.
No.
Yeah, I'm like, this is way worse than making fun of me.
What?
Yeah.
Did that really happen?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I had to switch gyms.
Because of the old lady, she might
Yeah.
be dead now.
I'm hoping. Like, I really hope she fucking died in that parking lot, honestly.
You should try that out again.
Yeah, I
And say
probably
what you
will.
just said. I had to switch gyms.
Yeah, like
You got Imre.
I
to
like
laugh.
that. Yeah. No,
like
that's
the only
that's
part
fun.
that I ever did was like I tied it into a bit about like how anytime I go to the gym, like, because you've been to a gym. What is it,
I've been
fucking-
to a gym. Yeah.
like old
3-4
dudes
times.
in nudity. Like, I don't want to see your dick.
Right.
Like, fucking put on a towel. Like, why are you like lifting your leg, like fucking drying your ball 3 inches from my face?
That is so weird because that never bothered me. I don't look at it.
You're European. You're probably like penis blind.
Yeah,
Penis.
probably.
You don't see genitals. You just see people.
I just see people.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I see a lot of ass and titties and all that. Yeah,
Which gym are you going to?
I'm gonna keep that on the low.
I don't know. I signed up for Planet Fitness because I was like my coworkers are like, "Hey, let's do this. We're gonna do it every day."
No, they're not.
We went there twice. They quit. I kept going 3-4 more times. Then I quit, and I paid for another year and a half. It was freaking crazy.
Did you get the pizza? The free pizza?
Yeah, so they have pizza days and donut days and
I
stuff
used
like
to do
that.
Planet Fitness. Yeah.
Oh, really?
I just liked the massage table, like the hydrojet.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe that's a new addition. This is like,
The one I went to had that. That was great.
You got to pay for like that upgraded membership.
oh no, I only paid the $10 a month.
Oh yeah, cheap bastard. That's why you're not getting massaged by water.
Massage.
It's worth it.
It totally is.
Yeah.
Everybody is. It's funny because everybody's keep talking about the massage stuff in the.
It's so worth it. Yeah.
Really?
Because you got to pay how much money for a real massage?
I don't do. That's another thing. I don't do real massage. I
Yeah,
don't
it's
like
either
people
like-
touching my body.
You have to pay
Right.
somebody to touch you, or you have to convince somebody that you're worthy of being
Right.
touched, which is even harder.
Definitely harder.
Or you
They're
can pay
getting
a
older.
robot $20 a month to rub you down.
Heck yeah. I just kept getting the coin, going back. Can I go again? If no one's in there, I'll go again.
A coin?
They give you a coin and you put
Oh,
it
now
on
that
and lay down.
you just press a button and they're like,
Oh, really? You just do it?
yeah,
This one was the Planet Fitness in California.
yeah.
So I'm sure they're all different, but yeah, heck yeah.
I don't even know where the closest Planet Fitness is here. We have an LA Fitness right by Kernan.
That's the one I go to.
Oh, is it? Are they the same company? I don't know.
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
I know one of them is the No Grunt people. That's Planet Fitness. No Grunt.
Yeah, Planet Fitness is like for guys like me, I think. And like, I think LA
That's what I
Fitness is
meant.
for like people that actually like have worked out.
Yeah. I mean, I don't.
I just go for the sauna and the hot tub.
What mystifies me is like, there's this guy at work I talk to, a customer of mine that comes in all the time. He has 3 gym memberships.
What?
Yeah, depending on where he wants. I'm like
That's a
he's a
waste.
bodybuilder and shit.
Oh, okay.
that's
Yeah, but
a-
even then, I mean, pick one gym and go there all the
Like,
time. Like,
Doesn't that one gym have heavy stuff you can
right?
lift? Like,
Yeah, right.
Hello.
Or do some construction work. You know what I mean?
Right, dude. Why would you pay 3?
That is
Damn.
crazy. Even the $10, I canceled it because it was $10. But I know, so you can pay like 20.
You canceled it because it was $10. Damn, that's a waste.
No, because it adds up. I'm like canceling now my subscriptions because I'm like, I'm paying $100-some on stupid subscription. I don't even watch TV anymore. I'm like,
I
it's
don't
just
either.
sitting. The only time we watch TV, I have my kids. But I'm like, I don't need $100 worth of streaming channels for no reason. You know what I mean?
no, I don't. The only streaming service I have now is Amazon.
Nice. Yeah, I'm.
No, on Spotify, but
Oh, I mean,
I think I have
yeah.
Prime
I have
because
Prime.
of the shipping, and then you
Right.
get the
Yeah.
free TV with it. Yeah,
But didn't they increase like to 150 now? Like you have to pay 150 a month.
they
Oh,
probably
a year,
did.
a
I
year.
don't even know.
But I do pay it. I'm the same. I'm just like paying it. And when you order, everything is more expensive. I had to order some of these cables for the mics, and I actually ran into a store, and it's half price.
Oh,
Like you know what I mean? If you
they got
if-
you.
Yeah. So if you.
You.
if
Oh
don't-
no, I always compare.
Oh, you.
I always
I don't have
compare.
time for that.
I have time for that. You
Oh,
have,
okay.
but you cancel a
Cancel-
$10 membership, but
Right.
you don't have time to.
But that's what I'm saying. Time is money.
Time is yeah, okay. All right, I see what you mean.
So, yeah, I don't know. What the heck were we talking about? Riding techniques. So the way I ride, and that's why I was asking you, and you said you are waiting until something magical happens, and then you start riding.
Because
So-
it'll come to you, like, right? I mean, for me, it's like middle of the day. Oh, suddenly you think or you say
a lot of
something
times, a lot of my bits just come from conversations.
with
That's
people,
funny.
right?
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
don't talk to people. I only talk to tech people.
Well, that's what's made it weird getting into comedies now. Most of my conversations that are open mics, and I'm like, is it going to be weird if I make a bit out of this conversation I had with somebody? Like,
Do it. Yeah.
I know I have,
Right.
But, like, there was that incident like where I did a bit the other day, and I felt weird about it because it was about a friend's pet that had recently passed, and like I'm like, I shouldn't do this, but at the same time, like I can add it to my bit, and it's not, like.
Imre likes that. Any dead animals, go
Any
for
dead
it.
animals. I killed all kinds of animals. So how does that bit go? No,
No.
don't tell me the bit, but like in the what is the reception of the audience?
I've only tried it once, and it actually
Was
murdered the one time I tried it.
Okay.
And then I felt weird because I was going to do it again last week. But said comic was there, and I was like, maybe I shouldn't do this bit anymore. And my wife's looking at me like, don't you fucking dare.
I mean, honestly, because I know who you're talking about, you can ask him. Like, hey,
Yeah, no, I'm
you know
going
what I mean?
to.
And then it's like, is it okay?
Yeah.
It's like
Shoot,
joking
I
around.
do that though. If I'm having a conversation and shit, yeah, write it down.
Yeah, I see you taking notes.
Yeah.
Emre said this was funny. I'm gonna put it in my bits later.
Or the worst is when like it'll happen to me a lot if I'm at a mic listening to somebody else's set.
You get a trigger, right?
Yeah, like
that
something
you-
will trigger me
in
and then I'll
your
have an
life-
idea.
Yeah.
Oh. I mean, that's
I get that too.
so. That's how I wrote the joke I was telling you about the whatever. I'm not gonna burn the joke because it's a good joke. But one of the comics came off the stage and I'm like, dang, I can't believe he has a joke like that. So I have to write a joke like that. And I told him that, and we figured something out, and it works great. It's completely different to his joke. It's just the same idea.
Yeah,
the
I
same
know.
basic concept.
You know, you made me think. I heard someone use their joke was completely different than mine, but their punchline was exactly the same, and they didn't get a laugh. So it
But
just
yours
shows you how the
did?
premise is really important.
No, it's important. And yours did
Yeah,
work?
I walked in. I was like, oh, that's my same punchline,
Oh, really?
but no laughs. He didn't get any laughs.
Interesting.
But I'm like, okay, fuck, I don't care because my joke is different and I get a laugh. So
Right. What was the punchline? Medium nasty?
medium nasty. Actually, it is medium nasty.
I think that's funny. Like medium nasty, I can see it on pink shirts with flowers.
Peace sign.
Medium nasty. Sorry, I cannot not look at your hand with the thing. Looks cool.
Yeah. Student did this side.
Yeah.
You
How
could
long
tell.
did it
You
take?
could tell a 12-year. No, just like 2 minutes.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Hey, maybe I should get some of that.
You should put it on your face.
Havana tattoo? Henna tattoo.
Henna.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool stuff.
So back to the way I write jokes. Because Richard said that he is like waiting for something to happen.
He's probably waiting to go to Voussoir soon.
What time is it?
6:42.
All right. So the way I write jokes. So I go to ChatGPT, let's say ChatGPT, but sometimes it's just words. And I tell ChatGPT, give me 3 unrelated words 10 times. And it gives me what is 10 times 3 words is. And then I start writing for those 3 words. And doesn't matter what the words are. Umbrella, napkin,
3
and cup.
unrelated
Try to
words.
connect them and write a joke.
Yeah, I've done that one a few times.
So, and sometimes it doesn't, I'm not getting anything out of it all the time, but like 20-30% of the time I get something good out of it. And that's the exercise, and you are technically training your brain to think like that. And when the time comes, it's gonna like pop the pieces in.
Oh yeah, I had that weird mental illness phase where like I started thinking and set up punch for a couple of weeks and it was really irritating.
Yeah,
I was like, "Why stop it?"
that's the worst when I
Sticks.
know there is a good premise, and I just cannot make it funny. It's just not funny, and I don't know what I try. It's just not funny.
I know. You try to edit
Like,
it a
I
million
hate it.
times.
I
I've
hate
edited, and I'm like, all right, well, shelve that for a while.
That's the
Yeah.
thing. That's the beauty of this, though, is like I've realized if I just save everything, eventually I'll find something.
Right.
Later on,
And
right?
save
Something
it,
will
yeah.
come with you.
I rarely trash a joke.
Oh, I've never erased anything. It's all in Microsoft
Like
Word.
last week at your mic, I went through old notes and I found a tag I had written
Right.
when I originally wrote the joke. I never said on stage.
Yep.
And now it's back in there because it worked
Good.
great.
Right?
Like,
That works.
It's definitely so. I have notebooks, filled with stuff. I have notepads. I have my phone. I have Excel sheets filled with, stuff. So I never trash anything. And sometimes a year or 2 years later, somebody says something, and it just
and
like
you add it
clicks,
to another one.
and I
right?
edit, and now it's a minute-long bit.
See, my problem is I have like 3 different notebooks. Then I have my phone notes. Then I have when I'm on my laptop in Word, and I need to like go back. I need to be disciplined to go back, see what I wrote, and now type it into my Word document on my laptop so I can have them all in one spot. But I'm lazy most of the time, and I don't go back and see what the hell I wrote and what I did. So I really need to just put all my jokes in one spot. That's I'm kind of disorganized
Well,
like that.
so I use Google Notes for any kind of random thought. Somebody says something, or I find it funny, I write it in Google Notes.
Like
Then-
the app. The app. You have an app on your phone, Google Notes.
Google Notes. Yeah.
Oh.
Do you have Android or iPhone?
Yeah, iPhone. But I have like probably 2,000 notes just in the
So
phone.
yes, me too. I have thousands of them in there.
Thousands, yeah.
Thousands.
Thousands.
Anyway,
Do you have thousands of notes?
I use a
Richard
stand-up
zoned
app.
out.
No,
He started
I'm
saying
like, you guys are going through all this, and I use a stand-up app. Like,
Oh, that's
There's a stand-up app.
yeah, stand-up R.
that's more
What?
organized.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, actually.
What if they lose your data?
You can email it to yourself in a backup. That's what I do.
Yeah, I always email.
But,
Or
like,
sometimes
is it?
I
so
email.
you've got your jokes here. You can filter. You can search. You've got sets you can create, so you can string your jokes
Yeah,
together
yeah.
in cohesive
Oh,
sets.
that's an organized way to do it.
You can keep a running tab of your shows, any notes you have from there.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and then there's the export data. I liked it. There was an older version where it would color code your jokes by like whether or not they were completed.
Sure.
Like if you wanted to organize your sets easier.
Oh, wow.
But yeah,
Look at
it's
that.
kind of a shitty app. Like I wish the text editor was better, but
Yeah.
Right.
I have ADHD, so me keeping track of notebooks is not going to happen.
Oh,
That's
me
it.
too.
So no,
I'm
okay.
horrible.
So the end, if I can finish the way I write jokes.
So wait, one more question.
I've been trying.
Question,
to say this,
Richard. No. I'm kidding. Continue. But Imre, I have one more question
Flo, have
for
you seen
Richard.
The Big Lebowski?
Probably years ago,
Have
maybe.
you seen The Big
Yeah.
Lebowski? When the cop throws the mug in his face.
I don't remember that.
Anyway, that's what it reminded me of. But anyway,
You
so I
wanted to
started,
do that
yes.
right now?
So, 1,000. So I started with the Google Notes. Then I tried it on mic. You know, if it has some kind of traction, you know, I try to tweak it. If the joke is done, I move it to my joke Excel sheet, where I also have thousands.
Thousands.
But that sheet is pure. The jokes at least worked a couple of times. It's not like random thoughts. And then I use that Excel sheet to organize my sets. That's what I've been trying to say for the last 35 minutes, guys.
Can you say it again?
Thousands.
I got to say, the payoff was kind of a let. No.
All right, so I think we are coming up on an hour, right? Or something.
I think we hit an hour now, yeah.
Oh.
We start at like 5:42 or something, maybe?
I don't know.
Not sure, but somewhere around there.
All right.
Either
so,
way, it's time for chicken wings.
right.
There it is.
Well, I do the shrimp, but
Yeah, I'm probably going to get the shrimp too, honestly.
all right. So, Richard, do you have any social media where they can follow
Yeah,
you?
I'm on Instagram at Dick Chuckles.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
That's your name.
That's my name on Instagram is Dick Chuckles.
That's a good name.
It's easy to remember. It's
It's
easy to
good
say on
if
stage.
you like to chuckle on dicks.
Dick is a man.
Yeah.
Dick chuckles.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Or-
like a one word, dick chuckles.
Or the
no,
dick
it's
chuckles.
Dick is,
Richard Dick Chuckles?
No, yeah, because Dick is short for Richard. You're
Damn.
probably too foreign
Yeah,
to know
that's
that.
his
I'm too foreign,
nickname.
but I actually knew that.
Yeah, so that's why I went with Dick Chuckles.
Yeah.
And
Because,
then your dick also can chuckle at times.
but now that
So
you
it's
said
got a
it,
double meaning.
yeah,
I like it. I like it.
I was going for like an old school, like super corny, like fucking
it is super. I
comedy
wanted
name.
to. I have a book that was written in 1937, and it's titled, I think, "What's Funny," and it's just hilarious to read. But anyway, Flo, what are your social stuff?
Flow Funny, because no one can do my last name. So
Yeah.
Flow Funny.
Flo Funny everywhere.
YouTube, Instagram, but Facebook, they used to let you put whatever. Do you guys remember you could create any name? It could have been Banana. Now I went to change my name to, because originally I just put Flojo when I was like in high school.
Uh huh.
And then I wanted to change it to Flow Funny, but they won't let you. So mine's Flow Funny with one N, because they won't let you put the word
Flo
funny.
Funi, or something.
Yeah, they won't let me write it out.
So why don't you create a page, a Facebook page? Because that's
Yeah.
what I have for
I need
all
to
my endeavors.
Can't I
Facebook
change
page.
it? Hasn't everybody changed their personal account to a page?
I'm not sure, but I have like 15 pages for comic books, comedy, whatever.
Honestly, the most disappointing thing about getting into comedy was finding out like 90% of it is run on Facebook. Like I was almost done with Facebook,
Right.
and now I'm like,
You can't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's my main
You have
main,
to,
main
yeah.
profile.
I'm gonna say I think like I've only like every booking I've got has pretty much been through Facebook. Like
Right.
I almost have 3,000 connections. 3,000.
I have a few thousand as well.
You have a few thousand.
and only 500 are girls that won't call him back.
That part. That's what most of them are.
Yeah. I wish girls that don't call me.
The ones that call you back, you don't want to call you back.
So 5,000, huh? But anyway,
Five?
so
No, I don't
no,
know.
so I'm sorry. I wanted to say Facebook limits your friends list to 5,000.
It does?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
Tom would have never pulled that shit.
Right?
Tom would
God
never-
damn it.
MySpace.
Man made you pick a top 8, but he wasn't going to make you limit the bottom.
All right, but thank you for coming on, Richard. And
Thank you.
we're gonna do the clapping again, so I can sync the things, and then we are done. 1, 2.
Thanks for having you. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for coming on. I already said that.
Oh.
You wanna say it better?
I,
Flo?
ADHD. I zoned out. Didn't even hear what you said.
All right. Thanks for coming on, Richard. 1, 2, 3.
One more time.
One more time. 1, 2, 3.
Better. 1, 2, 3.